Hi, it's mid-May and it's time to start the second experiment with the potatoes in vases or containers or pots, depending on where you come from. I promised I would do this in my previous video and I'm going to do it now. It's mid-May, it's a good time, we're still in spring and we need about 3 months approximately for the experiment to conclude. But I will add videos throughout so you can see the progress, and then at the end so you can see the harvest. Anyway, so the exercises will consist of 3 parts. In the first vase, I'm going to plant 2 layers of potatoes and treat them as normal. As the plants grow, I will top up the soil until it's at the edge of the vase, because potato plants grow roots when the main branch comes into touch with soil. So I'm going to do that. The second vase, I'm going to also do it in layers, but in stages. So the first layer will have potatoes. Stage 1, it will grow, and then when this plants appear above ground, I will sow the second layer of potatoes, and I will continue to top that up as it goes. And then in the third vase, I'll just plant the potatoes as normal, like I've done in the past, and so it's just 1 layer, and then I'll top it up as the plants grow up to the edge of the vase. I'm going to show you those in drawings, so it's a little bit more clear. You're going to have to excuse my art, but I think it's clear enough to understand the exercise. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, here we go. As I said, here are the graphics that will show how this works. So the first vase looks like this. It will have 2 layers of soil. In the first layer, I'll plant 3 potatoes, and I will then fill it with soil, and then I'll plant 3 potatoes, a layer or a level above it, okay? And I will water it and treat it and wait for the plants to grow. And as the plants grow above the soil, I will be adding soil in until they're at this level. Okay, I hope that's clear. 6 potatoes planted together in 2 different layers, and then as the plants grow, we'll be topping up. Incidentally, the potatoes are ready to go. As you can see, they're all chitting. These eyes are called chitting in terms, and I'm going to put the bigger potatoes at the bottom and smaller ones on top, because the bigger potatoes have more energy in them, and they can be put slightly deeper. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to have, this is the same vase. In the first vase, in the first step, I'm going to plant 3 potatoes in 1 layer, wait for them to sprout, and then when they sprout, I'm going to plant 3 potatoes next to them, and then top it up with soil, just to bury the whole plant until just the leaves are showing, just like that. Okay, and then as the plants grow through the vase, I'm going to top up with soil and see how that works. Okay, again, the potatoes are ready to go. So step 1, 3 potatoes, wait for the plants to grow or to sprout, another layer with 3 potatoes, and then see how that goes. And then the third exercise is the one I've been doing all along. I'm going to plant 4 potatoes in a level up to about a few inches down at the bottom of the vase, and then as the plants grow throughout, I'm going to be topping up with soil until they're at the top. I'm going to do these at the same time, and let's see how they go. This will probably be the one that's ready first, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, just before I start the actual planting, just want to tell you what I've done with the soil. This is the soil of the previous harvest. Okay, I've taken it from the vase and I've chucked it in the wheelbarrow, and I've amended it slightly. I've put a cup, it's quite a large cup actually, of the NPK 678, and I've put a handful of the NPK 6512. All right, if you want to know about the NPK, please watch my video on the fertilizers, explaining how the NPK affects your plants. It's for basic, it's for beginners like me who are trying to understand how to work with fertilizers. So a cup of this, a handful of that, just to amend the soil. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the planting. The soil is quite good. It drains fast. I've got some perlite in here. I've got some perlite. The white stuff is perlite. It just keeps water and keeps the soil separated. It's very nice for draining. Okay, let's go. Okay, I like to line the bottom of the vase with normal kitchen towel. It's great. It stops the soil from falling when you're putting it in, and then once it is wet and settled, it doesn't really fall out. The paper just breaks down. So let's go with the planting. The paper lines up where the holes are, and that's it. The soil doesn't fall out. It's nice. Okay, so here we go. Level 1. So I'm going to put in 3 potatoes over here, like that. And I'm going to mark it because I don't want to put the other potatoes directly above these. I'm going to plant them over there. There we go. More there. Okay. Soil's in there. Now, the smaller potatoes go here, away from the other 2, from the other 3. I think that's it. Okay, I can take these out and cover them. That's it. So this is all I'm doing for now, because I don't want to make it too deep for the potatoes that are in the lower layer to have to push through. They should, because they're bigger. Now I water, and then as the plants grow, oh, I have a worm in here. As the plants grow, I will be topping this up. That's vase number 1 done. We're going to mark this. Number 1, red potatoes. Okay, let's do number 2. There you go. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. How's that? Okay, so now I fill this to the top. I mean, not to the top, I mean, I complete this layer, and then I'll wait. So this is number 2. Now I'm going to water this and wait until the plants sprout, and when they do, I'll plant the second layer of potatoes. Right, let's get to number 3. Right, Right, this one takes the 4 potatoes. All right, I'm placing them so that the the eyes are facing towards the sun, facing up. And there we go. That's all there is to it. Now, as the potatoes start to sprout and the plants start to grow, sorry about the background noise, the scraping, then you'll find that it's time to, when they get about this high, I'll top them up with soil. Then when they get this high, I'll level the soil up to about here. And let me see if I can do a last piece of magic here. Okay. There we go. This one's got 4 potatoes. And it's exercise number 3. It's marked. And now we put it in the sun and water it. Incidentally, the remaining soil of the potatoes, of the vases, I have here now in wait for the time when I need it to fill up the buckets. So I'll just keep it here. This one remains covered because it's full. I'll put a cover on this one over here. And then when the time comes to fill the potato vases, I will come get the soil here. It's all ready to go. So I've put the pots out in the garden near the veggie patch. It's a bit windy here, apologies for the wind. So I've got one of the pots here, and I've got a wireframe ready for when the potatoes grow up. I can put a protection around it, and also give it support when the plant gets big. There's another one. Sorry about that quick turn. And there's a third one. So 3 pots. They are close to the veggies, but not in the veggie boxes. 2 and 3 next to the produce bush. So they're protected from the wind. I get a lot of sun in this corner of the garden, so they should be fine. And I'll give you, I'll keep you posted as the plants grow. Here we go. Okay, so that's it. I hope you liked it, and I hope that you learned something and that it inspired you to plant your potatoes. I'll keep posting videos on the progress of how the plants are doing. So go ahead and hit the like button, press subscribe, and if you want to be reminded of your videos, click on the bell. Thanks. See you at the next video.